So this is the S300 Dolphin robot. There's a couple of videos on YouTube about replacing these bearings here, which have become stiff. My bearings did not stiffen up. My problem was the two carbon brushes here, which were worn out, resulting in limited contact here. So there's no video on YouTube about how to replace the brushes. I bought a packet of 4 brushes like this from Amazon. I'll put the link below. They're about 16 millimeters in length. So I just sandpapered them down to about 12 millimeters, which is, I think, the required length. Take the spring out here. Solder the old wire and the new wire from these together again. Put a fine line at the back of the carbon brushes with a blade, just so that there's good contact with the spring when you put the spring back in. And now I'm gonna clean up this bad boy and get the last of the carbon off it, because it was completely black from all the carbon coming off these brushes. And then we're going to see if it works, basically. So that's it really. There's a couple of videos about replacing the bearings, but there's no videos about replacing the brushes. So again, I'll have the link for the Amazon brushes in the video. Put a bit of grease on this, and then I need to clean up put a bit of grease here and here. Make sure you put that very important washer back in. Please note that that washer is that shape on purpose. That goes back in here. And then I have to put the whole thing back together again inside of this after I clean it out. And we'll see if the whole thing works. This cost me €5, these brushes. Now, if you bring it back to the dealer, they'll replace the motor for you. I think the motor is around €450 to replace the motor. But from what I can see, all that's wrong here is the contact between the carbon brushes and the motor here. So I need to clean up this very quickly, put it back in. And there's a couple of videos showing you how to take apart the motor, so you don't need me to see it again. Just be super careful when you're putting this back together again, so that you have this really properly sealed up. There's no wires or anything sticking out, because if you get water in this, it's game over. And then I'll write below whether at the end of the video I'm going to throw it in the pool tonight and see if it starts cleaning again. I mean, whether it's the S300 or any of the other motors from Maytronic Dolphin, I'm assuming it's the same motor inside of them all. This part, I mean, is the same nearly for them all, more or less. So I'll put an update at the end of the video whether it works in the pool tonight. Best of luck on this repair. You just, whatever length it is, you just need to sandpaper it back, the brushes back to about 10 millimeters. just with sandpaper. Just try and make sure it's flat at the end. Then you put this back in, and then you put the springs back in then at the end.